Sorry for the interruption.
I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant.
What up, baby? And welcome. Welcome to Jazz and Marty. I'm Marty. Now, if you built the channel for a minute, you know that we have a cloud ceiling. But if you don't, I'll put a link here or in the description box down below where you can go check out that video and you can learn how to do it yourself. It's super duper easy, alright? But I had an idea. I wanted to add something to my cloud ceiling. I wanted to make it seem like a creature was poking his head through our cloud ceiling, complete with glowing eyes, glowing mouth, and I want it to be music sync reactive, alright? So I'm gonna show you how we did it in today's video. But before we get into it, you know your boy only got one question for you, and that's, are you subscribed? If you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button and a little notify bell next to it. It helps you get notified every time I post new videos. And if you act fast, if you act right now, baby, it's super duper free gratis. We giving out deals over here, alright? Now without any further ado, let's hop into this thing. So, here's what you need. Alright y'all, so everything that I used in this video, I'll leave a link down in the description box below where you can find it or find something that's similar, okay? So, the first thing that you're going to need is black spray paint. You're also going to need these Govee LED music sync lights. You're going to need black poster board, aluminum foil, parchment paper, and duct tape, okay? You're also going to need spray adhesive, PolyFill, and a pair of scissors. You're going to need glue gun and glue sticks and white poster board, okay? The final thing that you're going to need is this dragon head printout. Now I'll leave a link in the description box below to the Etsy shop where I picked it up. It only ran me about $3 for the files, but I didn't have a printer. So I took my files, I went online and sent them to Staples or Office Depot, whatever one's closest to you, printed it out for like $1.35. Alright, now you're going to need some super glue for your dragon head, but you can also use your spray adhesive for that as well. Alright, so it's up to you as a preference of what you want to do. Alright, now if I got something, I'll pause the video here, but if I did not, let's get into it, baby. First, we want to find the area that we want to put our dragon head in, and we want to remove the polyfill from that area. Now don't worry, it comes off real smooth, it comes off real easy. Now when you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Now if you need to add polyfill to an area or replace a poster board in another area, that's why we purchased that white poster board as a backup if something like that happens. Alright, next we can start building our dragon head. Now I built mine off camera, and this is what the finished product looks like. Now yours will look completely different from mine because it won't have the duct tape on it. Like, I got impatient, threw some duct tape on there, but the directions for this were super easy, and you know, I flew right through it. Next, you want to grab your tape measure and measure how far out you want your dragon head to jet out from the ceiling. 9 inches worked well for me. Hey, yo! Next, we can use that measurement and measure from the tip of the nose, and 9 inches has it right behind the horns for me. Then we can cut a diagonal line from the base of the torso to right behind the horns and basically cut that whole back out. Alright, and when you finish, you should have something that looks like this. And this is what it looks like when it's on the ceiling. I'm really liking how this looks so far. Alright, so next I want to cut a hole into the mouth, probably from like here and then right here, right before the tongue. Alright, and when you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Alright. Now, we're going to go take our spray paint and we're going to spray paint the inside of our dragon head with as many coats or layers as you need to put your cell phone in and you don't see any light shining through. Alright. Now I'm going to do this and I'm going to let you know how many layers it took me.
Alright, and when you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Now, it took me about 2 layers of spray paint to get it dark enough to where the light doesn't shine through. Okay, next we want to grab our parchment paper and our scissors and our glue gun, and you want to cut a piece of parchment paper large enough to cover the hole of the mouth here, and then cut 2 pieces that are large enough to cover the eyes here, and hot glue them to the inside of your dragon head. Alright, and when you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Now, that thing does not have to be pretty at all. As long as it's on there, we good. Alright, so next you want to take your dragon head and you want to face it, the face sticking up, and you want to take your poster board and put it underneath. Now we want to trace around our dragon head, and we want to cut that out. Alright, when you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Okay, next we can grab our aluminum foil and our glue gun, and we can hot glue pieces of aluminum foil inside of our dragon head. Now you can add as little or as much as you want for this part. Okay, next we want to take our poster board cutout and apply our LED strip to it, making sure it's the side that lines up with the back of our dragon head. Then we can hot glue a few pieces of aluminum foil next to it. And when you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Now we can flip our poster board over and duct tape it to the back of our head, making sure we cover the gaps so no light comes through. Alright, and when you finish with your taping, you should have something that looks like this, making sure no light can pass through. Now we can start hot gluing PolyFill to our dragon head, making sure we apply thin pieces to the inside of the mouth. The cool thing about this is if you feel like anytime during the process the dragon is losing its shape, you can use your scissors to kind of trim it up. So I personally didn't like the teeth, so your boy made some out of crumpled up pieces of aluminum foil. Then I just hot glue them to their designated area. Alright, and when you finish, you should have something that looks like this, okay? Now, I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm going to put it on the ceiling and see how I like it. If I don't like it, if I do, you're going to see it anyway. But pretty much to apply it to the ceiling, I'm just going to take a couple of pieces of duct tape and I'm going to put it on the back here and then just stick this on the ceiling. And then I'm going to apply the lights to the rest of the ceiling. I'm going to use the same method that I did in my original cloud ceiling video. I just peeled this backing off, did kind of like a zigzag pattern to, you know, simulate lightning. And then that's going to be it, alright? So I'm going to go and do that, and I'm going to show you the finished product. Alright, before we get to the ceiling, here's a little close-up view of it. I didn't put PolyFill right here on the eyes because it kind of diffused the light more than I needed it to. But just so you can get a better look. It's not bad, but we're going to go see.
Alright y'all, now here is the finished product. I really like how this thing turned out. It was touch and go for like a hot second, but in the end, it turned out really good. Now if you're thinking about making this craft, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you saw something that I could have done differently, let me know that in the comment section down below, alright? Now that's pretty much it. If you liked today's video, please consider hitting that like and that share button. Head over to the Jazz and Marty Facebook page where we're posting updates on DIY and craft videos. We're not just on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We also on TikTok. We're everywhere, y'all. You just gotta look for us. Now, we also have a podcast called The Funny Acting Podcast. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And we also have a children's book called DIY Kids Letter Tracing. I'll also leave that in the description box down below. Alright? That's pretty much it. And like that, this will be the end. Peace.